everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In this week's video, I wanted to talk to you about what is life coaching and what are its benefits. Since I'm a life coach and I see the industry is getting more and more popular, but I also see many people still not really understanding what life coaching is. So I wanted to share some clarity on the topic. So what is coaching? The way I define it, that it is a guided conversation that will take you from A to B faster than you do by yourself. A coach is going to be asking you questions and challenge your way of thinking to facilitate this process. Eugene Ionesco had said, "It is not the answer that enlightens, but a question." See, I think he knew a thing or two about coaching there. So coaching, the power of coaching is really about asking powerful questions and then reflecting back to the client what's going on to help them with their own realization and aha moments. So for example, you may come to a coach with a confidence challenge and it transpires that you are a perfectionist and this is dripping through all the areas of your life, which is setting you back. And now during the conversation, it may also transpire that you are looking at someone that you consider quote-unquote perfect. However, during the conversation, it also may occur that the person you thought was perfect actually is not perfect. So you as a coach reflect that back to the client and then help the person make the shift in their mind and make their own judgment. What I absolutely love about coaching is that it is non-judgmental. It's a very safe space. You have to be very honest with your coach, because if you want to make a change in your life, this is what's required. Another thing and the main misconception about coaching that I hear a lot when I say I'm a coach, people say, well, so you advise people? And I'm like, well, it's actually something I absolutely do not do. And if I did, I would not consider myself a coach. Let me explain to you why. So, for example, someone may come to you and they say they want a healthy lifestyle. So I could tell them, well, it's obvious you need to go to the gym a couple of days per week. But that person might have already considered an option, or they don't like going to the gym. So my advice per se like that is completely not valuable for that person. So what I would do as a coach, I would ask them, how would you like to go about starting a healthy life? And in this instance, the person can say, well, actually I could do some cycling, or I could do some swimming. And maybe I'm like, well, why didn't I consider that before? I actually used to do that, but I don't do this anymore. You see how that gives power to the person, and actually it's much better because you will start doing what it is that works for you rather than what someone else tells you to do. Another important thing that you need to consider about coaching, that it is future driven. It is a solution orientated. It really is about becoming who you want to be, where you want to be, and how you want to go about it. So it is not so much looking into the past. Of course, sometimes we have to go back to the past to unpick certain situation, but it is really about looking into the future. Another super powerful thing that I find about coaching, which people do not realize, is that it's when you start saying things out loud, actually they stop making sense. So, you know, most of the times we are so much in our head, and in our head everything makes always a perfect sense. However, once you start saying things out loud, you start thinking like, hang on a second, why am I even saying that? I actually don't even believe in this, like this sounds silly. And I get this situation very, very often with my clients, where sometimes they feel embarrassed and they feel really, really stupid. However, this is why it is so powerful to find a coach that is going to be challenging things and get things out of you, and you have those aha moments. So what are the benefits of coaching? Well, to start with, you will start understanding yourself better. You will start understanding what your values are, what your priorities are. You'll get so much clarity into the next steps. You get momentum in your work or in whatever you are trying to achieve. And it's pretty much like going to a psychic, except for the fact that that psychic is being you, because everything will just start falling into place and you'll be like, I don't understand how I haven't done this before. And after session, obviously depends what kind of session it is, you will feel empowered. You will feel most of the times like you are on top of the world and you finally know where you're heading in your life, in the current situation that you're trying to address. Another thing which is very powerful about coaching is that you are going to be held accountable. Usually in our day-to-day lives, when we are trying to achieve something after school, where we had our teachers or parents forcing us to do things, we find ourselves in the situations where, you know, life happens. We get ill, we get too busy, then there's something else that's going on. But when you are actually paying a coach and you're coming to a session, they're going to hold you accountable for whatever it is that you're currently working on. And that's a great benefit, because usually you can read as many self-help books as you like, and I completely encourage you to do that. But when you have someone that's helping you along the way, that will make shifts faster. For example, you may be struggling with a job situation for a year, 2, 3, sometimes even 5. But if you took that situation and brought it to a coach, you could have cut this learning curve, and maybe something that took you by yourself 5 years, you could have resolved in 4 months. This is where I think the main power of coaching is. So how would you go about finding the right coach for you? First of all, what is not really widely talked about is the fact that coaching is a non-regulated industry. And what that means is that there exists a variety of coaching schools that provides various diplomas or certifications. The only governing body per se, which is not really a governing body, is ICF, which stands for International Coaching Federation. And this body provides accreditation to the coaching courses that people run. And they set the gold standard of coaching. So in my example is, a few years back I have done training through a ICF accredited program, but I'm not ICF certified coach as yet. So when you are looking to find yourself a coach, you can be looking at what kind of certifications that they have. Another thing to consider is the fact that what is it that you want to get out of your coaching? So are you looking for a business coach? Are you looking for a general life coach? Are you looking for a spiritual coach? What is it that you want? And then when you pick up a phone, do your research online, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Google, wherever, then have a conversation with that person and see if you guys work. Now, let me go back tiny bit to certification part, because if person is not ICF certified, that does not necessarily mean that you will not get the results. For example, you have Tony Robbins, who is so well known and so many people would love to be coached by him, yet ICF would never recognize him as a certified ICF coach, because simply he does not fit into the code of conduct that they consider a coach to be. So what I would look at is the person's credentials, their testimonials, and also what's important is to have a conversation and see if that fit works for you, and then decide how you want to take this forward. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you have any comments or if there's anything else you'd like to have answered about coaching, please pop it in the box down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!